Hi, I'm Sarah Cornwell and I'm the lead therapist with the Employee Assistance Program. Today we're here to address more of your questions that you guys submitted through our Ask EAP email in regards to suicide, suicide prevention, and grief. Being a survivor of suicide is very complex because in most cases it includes not only your grief but oftentimes also trauma. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of stigma that can be related or connected to suicides and deaths from suicide. I really think that it's important for individuals that are survivors to seek out, it may not be professional help, but to seek out communication or therapy or some ongoing support. So that may include a therapist, that may be a pastor, that may just be friends and family. It may even be, a support group for survivors of suicide. Again, surviving a suicide or death of suicide can often be very traumatic and complex. And so because of that, I think that it is important to seek additional support in whatever that individual feels comfortable seeking. Survivors of suicide can oftentimes question, the what ifs, or even, if there's something possibly they could have done differently. I also think that this is a normal response with just grief in general. But because of that, again, death of suicide or death by suicide, again, is very complex and unique. So I think that it's important to seek support from other survivors of suicide. There are lots of different national associations and organizations and even online chat groups that you can be connected with. There's also some local organizations like NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness, that have local chapters that you can attend for additional support like that. We actually do have a chapter here in Albany, and we'll be sure to include that information in with this email and these videos through the attachments. Describing suicide or death with children can be complex. What I recommend is always being truthful, however, also age appropriate. I think it is important that our children know when a death has occurred. However, depending on their age, they don't necessarily need to know all of the details related to that death. I do believe as our children get older, it is important for us to educate, especially our teens and adolescents, on what suicide is and what homicide is. The way I would best describe that is suicide is, someone harming themselves, and homicide is someone harming others. And I think it's having some open and honest conversations and allowing our kids to ask questions. Questions are actually really good. Oftentimes, questions are the ways our children, our teens, our adolescents try to communicate with us. And so I think it's just trying to have some open and honest conversations in regards to that. And I think, again, it's also what you feel comfortable sharing and what is age appropriate during that time.